Hi everybody, it's Joe from Lucas.
And Jim.
And Jim. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Hey, you know what? I want to talk about rosés today. It's National Rosé Day.
It is.
And
all day.
All day rosé.
All day rosé.
And we need to talk about rosés. And I think that rosé is a category that's evolving right now. And about a year ago, I had the guys that came in. They came in for Dom, and they brought rosé in, and they bought their big bottles, the real expensive ones. And they were talking about how they're trying to get rosé back to the dinner table. And that would mean it would be 12 months a year opposed to the 5-6 months that maybe we think rosé, like a season. We've always looked at rosé as a season when they come in. Fair?
Rosé sings summer.
Yeah.
It's so, naturally, everybody thinks of rosé during the summer, but I found that rosé sells all year round now.
Yeah, because we're using it for food, right? Salmon.
Hey, rosé is a great pairing with turkey.
Turkey. And I know we talked about this, but sushi, which I didn't know that rosé pairs with sushi. So I love the fact that you teach me that stuff, because now I want to have rosé when I have a little bit of sushi. But, so let's talk rosé.
I want to have rosé anyway.
Oh my Lord. Okay, let's talk about rosés though. Give me kind of a general overview of this category. So we're talking about it, and you know, it's interesting when we do a video and we see like an empty spot on the shelf. I want to talk about that because our business is a little kooky right now. Fair?
Yes.
It's very hard to get product right now, and rosés should be stuffed in the store right now because this is the time of year that they come in, but they're all coming later right now. So, but let's not talk about that as much as let's talk about rosé in general. I mean, our true ones come out of Providence, right?
Provence.
Provence.
Yes.
All right. This is what I get from a sommelier. Every single time I get an English correction. Well, it's like being married to my wife and you.
I'm sure they make rosé in Providence.
Okay. Providence, Rhode Island?
Right.
Okay. So talk a little bit about that. Tell me that region. What's going on there? Why is rosé prominent there?
Very warm climate. If you were going to try to make like a red wine from Provence, it would probably be too big and too alcoholic. So they cut the fermentation short, keep the wine fresh, give it a little color, and boom, there you go, rosé.
So that's why they do rosé there, because that's like the dominant rosés.
It's kind of
like
on the coast of the Mediterranean, so it gets really warm. Not a great area to grow grapes.
So what are some of your faves? I know, Sarah, walk this way a little bit, because this is one of my faves. I've always liked Fleur de Mer. I like this one. I like a lot of them, you know what I mean? And my wife is a big rosé drinker. But what are the new ones that you like? What are the one you? Never mind. My wife loves this one. Thank you for bringing this in. This is a $10 rosé. Talk about this one.
That's actually a Gascon rosé, Côtes de Gascony. They use a bunch of grapes that I'm not familiar with. But
okay.
But it's delicious.
It's a delicious wine. We've been drinking that. We drank that for Memorial Weekend. It was a stunning wine. It was a very excellent suggestion.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you. So what other things about rosé can we learn about it, right? We know kind of some of its pairings. What other things can you tell us? What about a sweeter rosé? Because rosés are tending to be dry. If I were to say, and these are the questions you should ask when you come in, right? We're talking about National Rosé Day. They're going to go from both ends of the spectrum, from dry to sweeter. Not sweet like a Moscato, but just a little sweeter of a wine.
Slightly sweeter.
What would be a slightly sweeter rosé that you could pick on a shelf?
You're seeing a lot more rosés from producers in California, Oregon, and Washington now. They tend to be a little more fruit forward, and some of them just ever so slightly sweeter. Provence rosés from Europe in general are generally dry, fruit forward but dry.
So when I talk about these two different ones, and I always want to specify it, because when we're talking about sweeter wines, we're not talking about sweet wine. This is definitely not it. It's just that fruit forward, a little bit more. It just moves. If a wine is a 10 dry, it's an 8 sweet. It's not all the way, it doesn't slide all the way over.
Sometimes fruit forward wines tend to trick you into thinking they're sweet when they're not.
Fair. So what would be because I don't drink sweet rosé, or little sweeter, what would be the first one you would pick if you came to me?
I would pick the Charles & Charles Rosé.
Oh, I've drank that one. That's delicious.
Which is, Columbia Valley in Washington. Fruit forward. I wouldn't say very sweet, but there's a little hint of sweetness there, but absolutely delicious.
So I think that's really important is, guys, come in, ask for Jim. You know what?
Ask for Jim.
He knows his stuff. Anyways, but you try to learn the categories. I think learning the categories makes it a better experience when we're going to drink these. I just don't want to go home and drink a bottle of wine. I want to go home and drink a bottle of wine that I wanted. And I appreciate you doing what you do.
I want to go home and drink a bottle of wine.
What you're
Rosé, white, red, sweet, dry, doesn't matter.
These wine guys are difficult to even have in a video. Hey guys, at the end of the day, thanks for shopping at Lucas, one bottle at a time. We truly appreciate your business. Don't forget to like and follow us. You guys have an amazing day. Leave us some comments. Come in and ask for one of us. You guys have an amazing day. Thank you.
Ciao.